Michelle can't go shopping today.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, Devin's got her car because his car's in the shop, and he's got to go to work. And
that pesky work stuff.
Yeah, and there's nobody to stay home with Kitty if she leaves. Sean's traveling.
Oh, right. Sure.
So, yeah. So, I'm going to go anyway, but maybe we're on a slightly more chilled pace this morning, just a little later than normal. When we're done with our walk, I'll still head up there right after that.
Right.
So, anyway, that's a little bit of a bummer. But, we've all, I say us and all our friends and a whole bunch of people on Twitter, Rocco Speranza that we follow on X, excuse me.
Yes.
We're all not happy with the speed limit of the car on this 12.5 whatever. It's often not going the speed we want it to.
Right.
Or we think we've told it to.
Right.
So you found a post, Chuck Cook, reposted a guy from Tesla that talked about it, and tell us what he had to say this morning.
Right. Well, the post is pretty short. It says, set speed is a legacy concept from cruise control where a user sets a target speed and the car tries to match it. In the world of FSD, most all the user input is considered error. So everything you're telling the car, wrong. I love it. The user simply specifies the destination and a driving style, chill, standard, or hurry. And FSD will do the right thing, including driving at the most appropriate speed. Max speed is introduced in case a user wants to impose a speed cap for certain reasons. Max speed is not the same as set speed, and by design, FSD will unlikely accelerate to match it. In most cases, max speed is irrelevant. So we hide it from the UI for simplicity. It will appear if you adjust it with the right scroll wheel or if FSD speed is being capped by it.
And what's this guy's name?
Phil Doonan.
And then down below, Whole Mars catalog and Elon said something. Yeah, Read those two things.
Well, Elon's is easy. Exactly.
Right, but he's replying to Whole Mars catalog, who said something to the effect of,
sometimes to drive too slowly for my liking, but I'm starting to just relax and let it handle it.
Right. I want to be in the car with Elon on this release. I'll either be the passenger or filming in the, middle row in the back of the, 5-seater Model X.
Yeah.
And I want to see how calm Elon is about it out on like the freeway in California where it's actually not too crowded to do. Let's put him on the Beltline in DC where everybody's doing 85 or 90. And the car refuses to go faster than, let's say, 70, 75. I want to see him be chill and relaxed while he's in a Tesla in the absolute slowest car on the road because the car will not speed up to max speed or will not speed up to the desired speed by the irrelevant driver behind the wheel telling them to move up. My point is I don't think Elon would be as chill about being in traffic where he's in the slowest car on the road as that imply. I mean, his exactly could be, yeah, I agree that it's a little frustrating, it won't go as fast, or I agree that I'm starting to be more chill about it doing what it wants to do while it totally ignores any input from me. I don't know which his exactly could go, or it could be for both, but I don't know. Well, they rolled out this thing, and they didn't give us any warning. It's not like the release note said, your car will no longer drive at the speed you want it to. The car knows better than you, and it's going to drive at the... They never warned us about that.
Yeah.
Nor do I think we want that while we're still supervising the car and having to pay attention to the road and watching the people in traffic around it. I mean, if we were watching a TV show, maybe we wouldn't care. If all the cars on the road were driving autonomous and there were no pissed off people out there, maybe we wouldn't care.
Oh, I think that is the absolute reason is why it concerns me. As you said, you're sitting you're going down the interstate and it's 5 lanes and you're in the middle lane and there's cars zooming to the right and zooming to the left and coming up behind you and diving into the right or the left lane to get around you. It gets to be a little disconcerting, but hey, you're driving close to the speed limit. Maybe they're driving way over the speed limit, so technically they're wrong. But my concern is whenever we're on a lot of our regular service streets, just 2-lane, there's only 1 lane you can't pass, and FSD's just kind of lollygagging along, and the guy in the pickup truck is just trying to just figure out how he's going to run me over or get me off the road. And that's the problem. It's when we're all FSD, I think you're absolutely right. You could sit back and say, because it won't be doing that, but there's going to be a really long time before that's the day. It's always going to be a human driver, and they're always going to want to go faster than the FSD is going to drive.
Yeah, I guess right now, for the longest time I agree with all that. For the longest time, I felt like navigation was the thing that was diminishing my FSD driving experience. We were having to kick out of FSD because it was not going the route we wanted it to go, or it was making a turn we didn't understand, or the navigation was just purely wrong we were kicking it out because of a navigation issue. And now it's like, I've seen you quit using FSD so you can just drive the car at the speed the car needs to be going at out on the road.
It's less stressful.
It's just less stressful. And I think coming home Tuesday or all day Tuesday when I was out in Ruby, I probably used FSD the least that I've used it in 6 months.
Right.
And part of it was just, honest, on a turnpike it's fine. It will get up to speed on the turnpike. It will let me set it at 75 out there and basically stay up with traffic other than being in the fast lane. It was fine out there. Stay in the middle lane or the right lane. But, coming down, because it's braked a couple of times recently that I wasn't happy about, like having to make sure it doesn't slam on the brakes and cause the person behind me to hit me, or because it won't go the speed limit that I set it at. And I'm not a super fast driver.
No,
so for me to say that it won't go the speed limit I want it to do is really saying something.
Yeah.
I just didn't fool with it. I didn't babysit it. Now, I do realize that these guys are talking about 12.5.6, or they're talking about the one that's actually has hurry in it, because we don't have that yet. But this whole concept of ignore max speed, our perception, versus max speed isn't what you think it is. This Tesla guy's
nice
perception has been there since 12.5. something. Just because we don't have the profile thing where we can tell it the speed thing. So anyway, I hope they'll, as a lot of times as a developer at IBM, we thought we knew what was good for the customer.
Yeah.
That never really ended up well for us.
Well, this is the classic case. They call it supervised. So if I supervise you by telling you to speed the hell up, I want you to speed up.
Yeah, I want you to speed up. That's right. I agree. That pretty much sums it up right there.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi, bud. There you go. Come on, Morris. Morris! No, you're not coming up with tucks. Hi, guys. Oh, I've got on short sleeves and it's comfy out here this morning. Hi. Hello. Good morning, Morris. Good morning. Stripey, you already had something to eat. Let Morris eat. Hi, bud. Yeah, it's just really nice out here. We got a little cool snap coming over the weekend, but right now it's really nice out here. Yeah, I guess, I'm still the adult and the car is still the teenager. So it would be really great if the car would continue to listen. But like a lot of teenagers, it's got ideas of its own. Hi. I've been walking all around and everything is watered now. And Marty and Stripe were following me some. Everything's looking good, looking fine, a little dry. So I am watering some things every morning. I really need to walk all the way out there and back every morning. It's just really good exercise. And not a lot of excuse for not doing it. It gets the blood pumping first thing in the morning. Good morning, Gray. Hi. Hello. It's a good girl. That's a good girl.
Hey.
Hey.
See the tree?
Yep, I stopped to look at these leaves and then off there in the distance.
Lots of color.
Yep, it's really... This is the time of year to soak that all in and enjoy it. You see us out here in our short sleeves. It feels like a very nice fall day. The breeze is keeping it comfortable in the sun this morning. They're dragging the field and it's making a dust cloud. And we're finding lots of Halloween candy wrappers on the ground already. I'm trying a different style bow. And it's getting pretty close to the end. The ice cream cones we did last night turned out nice. Don's got to finish taking the supports off and glue the ice cream onto the cone. See, there's what it looks without that's with and this is without. And there's the little circles inside the sun now, the proper diameter. I'm ready.
Yes, you are. Wow, look
Black
at that.
hat right down to the earrings. Although I put on candy corn socks today, but there's more on the back side, right?
Yep, there's a kitty cat's on the middle of your back.
Okay. Sorry, Michelle, I miss you. You're supposed to be here today. It's one of the, high holy days of shopping.
That's right.
At Guardian Angel.
That's right.
Oh, goodness. I'm here. Better late than never. Let's see, what time is it? It is 11:51. So I'm an hour and 10 minutes later than normal. Doesn't seem like it got to be that late, but it is. I'm surprised they hadn't sold these. They were here last week too. Ah, it is marked sold now. They just haven't picked them up. It's the good brand. Yeah. Lori's holding on to an old school power supply while I wait to see if Don thinks it would be good for Johnny. I know Don has one, but he's been trying to help Johnny get his own tools. They're getting ready to start putting out Christmas, so the Halloween and Harvest Thanksgiving stuff has been condensed. Someone with a Boston Terrier definitely needs that. I think they have these here today just for me. It looks like they're a set. Lots of new, cute little things. I sure would like to find another plant pot. Look at the terrarium thing. That's pretty cool. I found a nice quality lightweight planter for $4. And these two little push in the plant pot metal things, they're only 50 cents a piece. So that was good. And I've got those two pillowcases, and I'm thinking about this thing. We'll see. All the Halloween's 25% off, and it is Halloween. The amount of new merchandise in here today is just crazy. There's just tons of new stuff. These are Corel, and Sam had borrowed this place setting pattern, and so I don't think I had the coffee mugs, so I'm gonna pick those up and start adding to that set. Look at the shape of how this thing rounds. That's really cool. Is it old or new or... Oh, it's pretty solid. It feels like real wood to me. The door, I like it. I like it a lot. Needs a little TLC, but it's in good shape. Those Corel plates are still here. No surprise based on the price. I'm thinking about getting these red-rimmed Corel bowls, though. Don said no to the power supply, and the oscilloscope. So I left those pieces of equipment. A little too old spec, I think, even though old school quality is good. I also put back that Halloween haunted house cake looking thing. What was I really going to do with it? I mean, I had intended to put it outside as a decoration, but then of course I've got to keep up with it and take it in and out, and I just decided no. It was $12 minus 25%, and I just decided no. But I got the 2 pillowcases and the shirt for Dawn and the plant pot and the 2 things to put in the plant pot and the Corel bowls. So, and I had a good time, and I talked with my friends. They're putting out Christmas. I think I said that. They put fabrics over top of those table display things up front that are on theme with what they're putting out. So before they can actually start putting things on the table, they were taping down Christmas themed fabric. So next time I'm in there, though, maybe I get Dawn to let me pop in on Saturday. We'll see.
So there's 2 things in here that we have to show.
Right. Well, I've talked about or shown. The rest I actually forgot or I didn't show. This is for you.
Oh,
you can say how nice and soft it is.
It is very soft.
It's
Oh, it's got a pocket. Way cool.
Yeah. Whose is it again? I forget. It's Comfort Flex or something.
Yeah.
Saddlebred.
It's
like J.C. Penney brand, maybe. I think is Saddlebred.
It's not just cotton. There's spandex or something in it.
Yeah, it's smooth and it's long. Don likes long in the winter so his back doesn't get cold.
Yeah, my butt doesn't get cold.
Yeah.
Cover up her.
I did not ask you to say that. This is for Johnny. Him in gray. That couch back there.
It's a big blanket.
Could use a big blanket. So
yeah, this is like a big blanket.
It was $10, not the $20 that one. I'm trying to cut it left-handed and doing a bad job.
I didn't pull it. I was patient.
And Johnny likes green and blue, and I just thought that was a nice blanket. We can't household. It's large. It's like a full size bed, maybe.
It's a real blanket. It's a bed type blanket versus chair type blanket.
Right. So anyway, everything else. This was the pot. Everything else, I believe they've seen.
What is this on?
For the spring.
Of course it is.
Yep.
Oh yes. Yeah. Okay.
They were 50 cents.
Not bad.
Hi, Marty, come here, bud. Oh, what an awesome fall afternoon it is out here. Mart man. Mart. Hi. Hello. Hi, I missed you guys. Yeah, I missed you guys. We're eating early and I'm cooking steaks. I ordered this Harry Potter Advent calendar Lego off of Amazon because they had marked it down even though it's this year's calendar. Excuse me. And there's several things I want out of it for this building that I'm doing. So I'm going to just go ahead and open this up. I think some of the tables are going to look good assembled inside of it. And there's stuff. So I slit all of the tape. But if you've never done one of these, it folds out, and here are all you can see the boxes that you can, push through so you can do one a day. Or you can just open it up from the side. I'm trying to make sure I'm not opening it up upside down. Yeah. And it has these little cardboard pouches in there that you can just open up, which is all I care about doing with this particular one. The way I do the math on it is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm counting that right. There's 6 minifigures. So if you do the math on how much a minifigure costs, you've already paid for the advent calendar, and then you get other pieces included also. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to use some of these in the castle thing that I'm building. And I have a bunch of other from Guardian Angel Harry Potter minifigures that I've collected over the years in a Ziploc bag. And so I've got that stuff I can put into the castle too. But That'll be after the steak. None of these builds, little mini builds, is super complicated, but there are instructions on the back side of each of the doors that you open. So it's a good idea to pack that up with the little baggies. If you're not saving the box and you're like dumping it all into a Ziploc bag, you probably need the little door pieces so that you can have the instructions. So we're getting caught up on the earnings call information. We didn't actually see the earnings call. Not exactly sure why, but it came and it went, and we just watched Steve and Mark Ryan, and now we're watching Zach and Jesse. So the comment that I made to Don, and I really only have one comment about what I saw, is that I'm not sure in my lifetime that I'm ever not going to care about owning my own car as long as I'm able to personally drive it. Okay? I don't see me being happy getting in a RoboCab unless I'm on vacation in some other city. And, instead of getting a rental car or something, doing the Cybercab all around town would be fine to me. But, in Fuquay, a Cybercab coming down my driveway picking me up, probably not. Johnny, on the other hand, I think he's going to be so excited about getting a Cybercab, picking one up to get him from point A to point B at some point, that is really going to work for him and a lot of other kids in his generation, because it's not just Johnny that doesn't have his driver's license. Ariel's now come and went. She's a senior and she's not got her license yet. She's going to get her license, but the kids are delayed or they don't care about it. And I think Sam's going to be somewhere in the middle now that they have their license. They're probably going to would take the Cybercab when it makes sense and drive a car if they can afford it. Two other comments on the same topic. If you can't currently afford a 3 or a Y and you're my age and you want your own car, then I think you're going to be frustrated that Elon is now saying he's not going to sell the 25K car. But again, for the younger generation, the people up and coming, making new buying decisions, getting their job, et cetera, I don't really think they're going to care. So I'm trying to keep that in perspective when I'm thinking about how much I still want to own my car, but I think some of the younger generation doesn't. And I think how successful it's going to be is a little bit going to come down to how we explain to people, Dawn and I intimately understand what it costs for me to drive Ruby every day of the year, whether I actually drive her or not. What she costs for us to have ownership of that car. Yeah, I had to go clear off the memory card. So the other point was just that we understand the cost of ownership of our vehicles, but I don't think most people, even people our age, understand it. When you add in the tires and the maintenance and the insurance and the fees and it's just cars are super expensive. They're really expensive to own. So for a young person, we'll just use Sam as an example to say I'm going to go out and buy a brand new car versus the 5 times a week I need to go someplace, I'm going to hop in the Cybercab. The cost of the Cybercab versus the cost of the car. I do think there's going to have to be a compelling story there to sort of explain to people convenience and cost savings. The TV timed out because I ran my mouse so long. But anyway, I think that will come down to it a little bit, but probably the convenience will win regardless of the perceived or actual cost savings.
Nobody understands what.
So what did you want to add?
I'm very optimistic. I think the fundamental thought process that Elon says, look, we're not going to build an inexpensive car anymore. The Model Y and the Model 3 are going to continue to be aggressively priced. So they will be the car for the people who want to still own a car with the steering wheel and all that stuff. The robo-taxi thing, obviously, I agree. Ultimately, that is the future. I don't think for Marianne and I that we will have a robo-taxi. It's possible. I mean, I don't know or what's going to happen. But I maybe now that I'm not working we're trying to commute. I just don't see how the robo-taxi fits in the world where people who live in Fuquay-Varina and work in RTP and commute every day, how they're going to use a robo-taxi to solve that problem. I just don't see that. I get it in like Johnny and on campuses or going from his high-rise condo in the city to another part of the city. I get that in the cities or robo-taxi, but the way that most of North Carolina is, I don't see how that's going to work. I don't see it being taken up as quickly as Elon says. So, but again, that probably is good because overnight is probably not going to work well, and so the fact that it's going to take longer than he thinks to roll out is probably a good thing.
Right. But like I tell Don, it's the earnings call. We expect aggressive estimates on when stuff will get done. And we all know that it could possibly take a little longer. So,
right. And I think the optimist, that's the thing that's really going to do it. I mean, autonomous cars are going to be what? I mean, how cheap does a ride have to get before we take an autonomous vehicle versus on? I just, if they were, some people said they were going to be less than, it's going to be, cents a mile or 50 cents or something. That's one thing, but I don't see them getting that cheap. I really just, unless the competition really kicks in or you go at 3:00 in the morning. I just don't see with demand pricing and all that stuff. If you really want to get somewhere and be there at a specific time, you're going to pay. I think you're going to pay. Those are going to be, everything's going to be premium. There's going to be, the discount is kind of like the energy is, the discount is from 1 to 3:00 in the morning. Yeah, it's nice to know I can go round trip to downtown Raleigh for $1 at 1:00 in the morning, but that's not particularly helpful to me.
Well, I think it's exciting times because in my lifetime, some of this technology that Elon's working on could really make a big difference in my old age as far as helping me get out to Whole Foods when I want to go, but I really shouldn't be driving. I always say doctor's appointments. Hopefully I won't need any of those. But, and also, I think someone was saying the other day, I don't know who said it, but for people staying in their home, bringing an optimist into the home to help. I think my father, how helpful that would have been if he had the robot companion in the house with him. It's one thing to have or Google or HomePod, whatever, monitoring for falls and things. And that's a first level basic step toward helping a person, elderly person in their home. But, this walking, talking unit in the house with the person, companion in the house with the person. So I'm pretty excited about.
It's going to be interesting to see what the cost and how that rolls out. I mean, obviously
nursing homes, as we know from my mom's experience, are very expensive. It would be hard to not be able to pay for the robot versus the nursing home. But
right. I was going to say that's
skilled nursing in this case, but
that's probably the break-even point is that you'll have a robo optimist come in and do your skilled nursing.
Yeah.
To give you the break instead of hiring a day nurse or something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, pretty exciting times, pretty cool stuff, and there's nighttime. This is our fancy gluing station and the ice cream cones in the sun, and Dawn fixed my bird. I dropped it out of the windowsill into the sink. I think Dawn got a phone call. Anyway, we've glued the parts together that needed to be glued. Come on, you come back with us now. Let's go. Ooh. I've got him. I gave him what for. Gotta stay with your mama. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm putting together the second book for this castle, the second wall section made out of one of these Harry Potter books, and it's the one that ends in 83, so I actually have that box. So the first floor is one I have and one I don't have, and same with the second floor. Yesterday I thought both the ones I had were going to be on the second floor. All I'm trying to tell you is I don't have to think really hard, and I just have to follow the instructions, because all the parts, they're going to be right here. I'm not going to have to hunt a bunch of stuff. This should be peaceful, easy Lego building. I got the 2 books done tonight, the green and the medium nougat, sand green, medium nougat. There's one more book to build before I start assembling and working on the other parts. So anyway, it's coming along good, but I'm stopping for now.